Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast, episode 111. Tonight, we're giving our reactions to the Mario Bros. Movie, a brand new Pokemon trailer that dropped, and answering some interesting questions like, what kind of Animal Crossing character are we? We're talking all that and more. Well, greetings, fellow Nintendo Pals. My name is Andros, and I'm one of the co-hosts of the Nintendo Pals Podcast, the show each and every week that is all about Nintendo and friendship. And I'm joined by my fellow Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
And Micah, I gotta ask, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Nice. It's been a busy week for Nintendo stuff. There's a lot going on. Yeah, like I'm just hyped to talk about all the news we got going here. But before we do any of that, we got to shout out some amazing new 5-star reviews that we got. Because Micah, we try and do each and every week on this episode or on this show.
Each and every week on this specific episode. We do it all the time on this episode.
That's right, we do. We try to take over the world of Nintendo podcasts, and we do that through 5-star reviews. So huge thanks to everybody who has left us 5-star reviews and continues to leave us 5-star reviews. Listen, we need to get 5-star reviews every single week. That's how we stay on the top. That's how we stay up there. And it is only possible through y'all out there listening. Looking at our statistics, I am amazed because we have almost as many 5-star reviews on Spotify as we do on Apple. And Spotify only makes up like 15 to 17% of our listening audience, which means there are oodles and oodles of you guys out there that are listening on Apple Podcasts that have not left us a 5-star review. Shame on you. Please leave us a 5-star review. It helps us out a lot. You could be cool, just like Briar Bentley, who left us a review on Apple Podcasts, says, nice show. You want to read that one off, Micah?
Yeah, they say, hi, I've been watching for a while on all platforms. Also,
what a champ.
I'm hoping at the exact same time. And they go on and say, also, I have a question. In your opinion, what is the easiest game to speedrun? And they sign off saying, thanks, Briar Bentley.
Ooh, that's a good question. Do you have thoughts on this one, Micah? Like how do you usually go about it?
I don't know if I'd necessarily say easy, but the first that comes to mind is just Super Mario Bros. I feel like all the strats have essentially been developed, and there's just a lot of information about how to speedrun that game.
That's true.
It easier.
Yeah, it's just like that one and Mario 64. There's just a lot, because they're very popular speedruns and have been popular for a long time. There's a lot of good tutorials on how to do things in them.
Yeah. Plus, you can get your times pretty low, so you can get lots of attempts in to improve your time.
I don't know if I would consider them easy though. There's a lot of frame perfect stuff you have to do to get like the best time. So I don't know.
As long as you don't want to get world record time.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of those things are easier than other games, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say
if you're going for world record, in any game you speedrun, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, I'd say those are probably among the easiest to learn just because of the resources, for sure. But easiest games to speedrun. what are we talking here? Like, what do we mean by easy? Like a speed run where you don't have to do anything? Maybe. Um, I think Micah's got like hit the nail on the head. Like the shorter games where you can get lots of attempts in are better. So it's like more fun, not more fun. It's easier to speed run a game that you can
You can more
beat.
attempts to perfect
Yeah, it
all the
beat
things you need to do.
in 10 minutes versus one that takes like hours to complete. So, um, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of like what an like a really easy speed run is right now. I guess like I want to say Pokemon, but there's like a quite a bit of glitch type stuff you have to do in that one, but it's also pretty short for a lot of those games.
Yeah, I mean, and neither of us are like really speedrunners. So
Speak for yourself. I mean, you actually have something up on speedrun.com. I don't.
that's right. Number 2 in the world, I'll have you know.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, we won't talk about how many people have uploaded for that specific challenge, but just assume it's a lot. It's more than
uh,
2, at least, I'll have you know.
yeah, so I think the easiest isn't exactly something that I think a lot of speedrunners really take into consideration. I think there are like difficulty barriers where people go, it's not worth it to try this speed run just because it's too difficult. But like certain tricks might just be barriers that go, nope, I'm not gonna go beyond that. But I think more it's like games that you find enjoyable to speed run is the thing to go for. So that might not be your favorite game. Talking with our buddy Cosmic, I mean he speed runs Mario Bros and Mario uh, Mario Bros 2. Actually, just a lot of Mario games, but I don't think those are like necessarily his favorite games. I think I saw him answer once in a stream where he was like, of all the games that are in like the speed run set he was doing, which one would be his favorite? And I think it was Mario 64 was the answer, but that's not even the one he runs. So yeah,
Also, I feel like a tic-tac-toe game would be pretty easy to speedrun.
true, true. There you go. That's the answer.
You've
Tic tac toe.
learned exactly what the AI is going to do in advance.
Man, thanks so much for the 5-star review from Briar Bentley, and thank you for the question. It's always fun to have questions from the community. Yeah, so thank you. So new 5-star review there on Apple Podcast. But you know what I was saying? Apple listeners, you guys are gonna get overtaken by Spotify because guess what? There were 2 brand new 5-star reviews on Spotify. Now those are anonymous, so there's not I can't shout out people specifically there, and there's not like a written review form yet, but hopefully that will come in the future. As of right now, it's pretty close. They are at 47, and we have 56 on Apple, so gaining rapidly. And I like the idea of pitting Apple and Spotify listeners against each other because either
It's a
way we
win-win
win.
for us.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody who listens and leaves us 5-star reviews. We really do appreciate the support. Well, let's what do you say, Micah? We jump into the first segment of our show and let's talk what you playing. All right. What have you been playing lately, Micah?
Well, still playing Splatoon 3. Fairly regular.
Nice.
Haven't quite made it through the campaign yet. I'm on the supposedly second to last site, but who knows? I think there's going to be one secret one after that.
Do you want spoilers?
Heck no. Are you crazy?
Well, I am playing through the campaign as well, and I'm on potentially whatever that secret last one is. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I'm
it's
done.
pretty obvious. I think like the map all centers around
Yeah.
another zone. You're like,
That's
I
why I
don't know.
kind of assumed that there would be one more.
But there's a good twist at the end, man. Like before
So
you
I've
get there.
heard. Yeah, I'm doing a mostly completionist run. I'm playing every level, getting rid of all those fuzzy bits, but I'm not
Yeah,
playing every level with every weapon because that's too much effort.
I haven't done that. I've been speeding through the campaign, like getting to the next zone as fast as possible, and then I'm gonna go back and clear through everything.
Ah, I see.
Is my plan.
But
It's
we'll
a lot of
see.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I found some pretty, I think, unintended shortcuts where I like jump onto railings and stuff, and then jump over ooze.
Oh yeah, you can kind of like sneak your way
Yep.
through the ooze without getting a lot of it.
Yeah, it's
And
that's
I'm
pretty fun.
interested to see actual speedrunners because I'm sure there's some levels that are much quicker and easier to get the
Oh
eggs for that you
man,
need.
speedruns of the Splatoon 3 campaign would probably be super fun. Yeah. Yeah, and then a lot of those levels, like there's all these enemies and things, but you can skip a lot of stuff in the
Yeah, but you
levels
get
themselves.
one power egg or whatever from each of them.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can't leave those behind.
Have you
I
been
wish
upgrading
I
your
wish I could,
have you
but I
been
can't.
upgrading your hero gear?
Yep. Almost maxed.
I haven't upgraded it once, man.
You
I
should.
think I think the game would be a lot easier if I did, but now I'm kind of like, well, I've made it this far, and
Yeah, for the most part, it's hasn't been particularly challenging. Except there's like one on rails thing that is such a long level, and you had the bow is the worst.
is it the
I
one
would
where you have to
keep
like hit the little targets as you're going
Yeah, but
through
like with
the?
the bow and like the charged up shot, so it explodes. You actually have to like not hit the boxes, like the targets you're supposed to hit. You have to hit in between all of them,
Well,
essentially.
I had the sniper on that one. I don't know, maybe it's a different level,
Oh, I mean, it might be. I just did like it.
but
On the
that was
sniper
also
one, does
difficult
it
because
circle up
yeah,
at the end? Oh yeah, I
yeah.
did that one. That one's not nearly as bad as the one with the bow.
Oh, okay, okay.
There's a bow one. It is so long and it has no checkpoints. It's just like felt like a minute and a half to get to the end, and then I would die like right towards the end. It was
Yeah,
brutal.
yeah. Those are rough. The snipe. I picked the sniper because it gave the most
Yeah, it was
egg
using the
things.
bamboozler thing. I just did that today,
Oh yeah,
literally
okay.
like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, it's that was rough for me. I because if you missed your shot, there wasn't time to charge up the shot again to get the targets in time. So
Yeah, well, a lot of the times you didn't actually have to charge them. I mean, you wouldn't
yeah,
have. I mean, it charged so fast, anyways, kind of.
yeah, that was a fun one. Um, yeah, I'm also playing through Splatoon 3, the campaign. Just I really like the campaign. I like the characters, and I can tell there's a lot going on in the lore and like the story, but I don't know what. Like what
Yeah,
is
they
this
have those like
place?
alterna logs that you can
Hmm.
read. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and I've
Have you like deciphered all those as you go? I assume it
no.
has to do with like beating the levels or maybe clearing all the stuff.
Oh, maybe.
But I've been able to read for each site the alterna log to completion that I've finished so
Oh,
far.
okay. So yeah, it must be because mine are not deciphered. I only have like the first couple sentences of each.
Oh, it's pretty interesting. Some nice little backstory there.
Some lore, some
Some lore.
juicy lore. Man, cool. Besides that, I've been playing. Oh, I guess I'll let you go. I completely took over. What else have you been playing? Anything else?
Yeah, not too much. Played through a little more Majora's Mask.
Nice.
Made it through the Great Bay Temple and got approximately half of the fairies. And I think I'm just going to leave the other ones to suffer. So too
Hopefully you
bad
don't
to
need them.
them. Yeah. Well, I learned that they actually, if you get them all, you get a defense boost and you take less damage, which does sound pretty nice, but not worth the effort.
Yeah. Is that all they do?
So,
They don't give you like an extra mask, do they? I hope
nope.
not. Okay.
Plus, like
I
was
don't want to
pointed
collect
out
all
in
those.
chat, it doesn't matter if you don't get hit. So It's not going
True.
to change my gameplay very much, is what I'm getting at here.
True. That's funny, man.
And besides that, play a little more Rocket League. I gotta play at least once a week to level up my Rocket Pass.
Nice. Well, for me,
Plus, it's a great game. Just to
I
clarify.
played some more Spelunky 2. Continue
Nice.
with my
And totally
obsession.
got all the money you needed in that one run.
No, I haven't yet. I'm having a lot of fun playing it though. I just really enjoy that game, even though I'm not good. I
Yeah.
I die
Have you been
frequently.
trying to get to the Cosmic Ocean?
No, I've just been trying to get
Because
that money. I do a lot of resets because if I don't have a bomb pack in the first shop, then I'm like, reset. Because if you don't have enough bombs, then that run gets kind of extremely hard. And I had a really good run going, but
until
I wasn't paying attention to my bomb amount in the Golden Temple, and I used them all up, which
oh,
was a mistake.
rookie
I should,
mistake.
yeah, I should have saved like 10
You need,
or
yeah, it's like you
something.
need like at least 7 or something like that for Neo Babylon
Oh,
stuff.
you need at least 7.
I think so. I don't remember the exact
Okay.
amount, but you need to like blow up those laser electricity things.
Yeah. Yep. So that you can get to all those diamonds. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was where
that's a
I was like,
bummer.
well, that stinks. I made it that far and I messed up.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I don't remember exactly what you need, but it's essentially like if you have, I want to say it was like 250,000, or maybe it's because you usually get about 600,000, I think, from the Neo Babylon Madame Tusk's palace place. So if you
okay.
usually get around like 300,000 in the Golden Temple, you don't like really need more because you'll pick up a little more through each level and then also
Well,
get all that.
I
And
should
then if
have
you beat the game, you get another like 100,000 or something.
I should have asked
So,
you, or I should have verified with you because I had like 600,000 or 700,000
oh
out
yeah,
of,
once you get,
out
I
of the
think
Golden
it's
Temple.
essentially once you get to like 400,000, you like might as well stop and save all those bombs to like
Yeah,
make future levels easier.
yeah, because Neo Babylon's just so hard, man. It's
Oh
so
yeah,
hard.
it's having extra bombs on that level is
I did
fantastic.
I did it without bombs and with like relatively little gear. I think all I had was the like weapon pack. And I was impressed with myself that I was able to get through
The
Neo
weapon
Babylon
pack is
like
a
that.
really dangerous thing to have in Neo Babylon.
Yeah, for real. It's super fun. I'm enjoying that game a lot still. Um, besides that, obviously played some more Breath of the Wild. Just playing that still. And then a teensy bit of Fall Guys. I played just a little bit of that. Yeah, I want to get more games into the mix, but it's hard when you're playing like when all the games I'm playing right now are like really long, or I'm doing a challenge, or it's Zelda.
Hey,
You know?
you know, game's pretty short though, like approximately 4 to 6 hours, I believe. Echo the Dolphin.
Nice.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
2 play sessions practically.
Well, I can't play Echo the Dolphin because you know what month it is, Micah.
Echo the Dolphin month.
It's Plocktober. It's Plocktober. I got to play Plock this month. And I'm probably going to do that for my birthday stream. I'll play and try and beat Plock. It'll be a birthday present to
Whoa,
myself.
don't try and beat Plock. There is no try, only do.
There is only victory over Plock. So for those that don't know, Plock, relatively obscure game on the Super Nintendo. One of my childhood favorites. I hold it in high regard. It's up there with Mario, Super Mario World, um, and what other games did I have on the SNES? Zelda, I guess. Like the top tier in my mind, it is up there with those because that was I didn't know any better. I didn't know
You
that
didn't realize you were a fool, a
it wasn't
heathen for even suggesting.
a first party top tier game. But yeah, it's not a lot of people know about that game, and it's great. I love it. So that's what I
It's
will get
certainly
playing.
a game. I do kind of want to play it again at some point,
You
just
should.
so I can reaffirm that it's terrible.
Let's do it. We should both play it. Plocktober. It's the month. Everybody
Yeah,
get out.
but I don't have
Dust
any
off your Super Nintendo
legit means to
or
play it.
your what is it called when you play it
An
illegitimately?
emulator.
Emulator. Yeah, goodness.
I think
Mind
this
went
would
blank.
be the
Blank.
first game that I emulate, a game that I do not theoretically already own.
Yeah,
I
but
have
you can't
technically
actually.
emulated a couple games I've
Yeah, but
lost.
the game doesn't exist anywhere. You can't buy it anywhere except for
Theoretically,
like
I mean,
used.
secondhand.
Yeah, but that money's not going to the developer. Anyway, we're getting into some ethical questions
Oh
here.
yeah, I never
Nintendo,
thought
stop
you'd be
listening.
pro emulation
Just for Plock.
just for Plock.
Everybody can emulate Plock. Or please release it again. I just put it somewhere. Like a
Yeah,
retro
in the
classics.
trash where it belongs.
Uh, Put it in the eShop just as like a retro arcade or something. Like just why? Make this
And make
available
it
somewhere
a
else.
million dollars. It'll be just
I,
a joke.
I don't know. Just want those Pickford bros to hear our pleas. We need Plock again. They have put so many there have been so many classic games come out to the Switch via the eShop that are just like, oh yeah, retro rewind of this and like different old school games that I've never heard of. Can we put the one that I want that nobody's heard of? Plock? Put Plock on. Let's do it. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. So Micah, let's move into the next segment of our show here, and this is going to be a big section this week.
Yeah, but
We got a lot.
before we jump into the next segment, we'd like to tell you about our sponsor. I wasn't
That's
sure if you were just
right.
going on an extra long time
Yeah,
waiting
no,
for me
I
to
was
interrupt you.
giving you I was giving you
Okay,
time.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was giving you time. That's right. Support for Nintendo Pals is brought to you by Manscaped.
That's right. Dual barrel roll with the Performance Package 4.0.
Yeah, inside you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver deodorant for down under, the Crop Reviver toner, plus 2 free gifts, the Performance Boxer Briefs, and the Shed travel bag.
Yep, so now you can go from as hairy as Fox McCloud to as smooth as Slippy Toad by picking up the Lawnmower 4.0. Its ceramic blades reduce nicks and cuts in your most sensitive regions, and this revolutionary tech is the best defense you could find for your shaving experience.
Trust me, only I have the brains to rule the Lilat system. And as such, I gotta tell you, you can't forget about Manscaped's liquid formulations to keep your body feeling its best from mission start to mission end. Use the Crop Cleanser to clean your body, the Crop Preserver to stay fresh, and the Crop Reviver to give a boost of freshness while you cruise around Corneria.
Yep. And you can get 20% off plus free shipping with our code NPALS at manscaped.com.
That's NPALS at manscaped.com. Thank you so much to Manscaped for the support, and thank you, listener, for checking out the amazing products over there and using our code. It helps us out a bunch, and it's great stuff. We use their products all the time. Love the smells. They are really good, and it's like the best razor I've ever owned. So, all right. Now let's move on to the next segment of our show, Micah. Let's talk some Nintendo news. Alrighty, we got a chunk of stuff to talk about here. Micah, first off, we had the Mario Bros. Movie. The trailer reveal for that happened this week. It was done in a direct format, which is pretty cool. And in this direct, we had Miyamoto come on, and then he introduced Chris from Universal, and Chris from Universal introduced Chris Pratt from his house or wherever he was, and then Chris Pratt introduced Jack Black. and then they actually showed the trailer. What we all came for.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, I guess, showing all that other stuff. But to be honest, I was a little impatient for that trailer to start.
Yeah, for real. I I thought that Chris Pratt's like story time at the beginning of like, yeah, I used to believe in the laundromat, which he had already told that story before when he first got the role. But now this is just telling it again in this space. But not much of the story had changed or anything. It wasn't any different. Uh, Jack Black. I mean, they didn't need to come on, but it was nice of them to do that. Celebrity endorsements, I guess. Somebody out there's probably like, oh heck yeah, I'm watching this movie now. Uh, but what did you think of the trailer itself?
I thought it was good. I mean, they didn't really show like really too much about the story, but visually it looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, the
I mean,
animation is incredible. This is like the best I've ever seen from Illumination.
yeah.
I mean,
Although
this is
I
no
feel like
Minions.
Mario is almost too good looking. It's like almost odd because I've seen him in just like video games essentially. He's like slightly less cartoony, but I
Yeah.
think it'll just take a minute or so to get used to the look.
Uh, uh, Blackjack as Bowser works. Chris Pratt as Mario is. It's not really that. There's nothing wrong with it. I was not completely taken out instantly. You know what I mean? Like I was worried would be the case.
You're ready to be like, oh boy, it's Chris Pratt.
You'd be like, oh, that doesn't fit. The voice doesn't fit, but it works. It works fine. But I mean, he only said like a couple lines.
And a couple grunts as he flew out of a pipe and hit some
Now,
mushrooms.
Keegan Michael Key
He did
freaking
not sound like
sl-
himself.
slayed it as Toad, man.
Yeah, that was good.
That was really well done. Uh, yeah, the whole trailer, I thought the animation was gorgeous. I'm very interested to see what the story is going to be because it definitely looked like we were going to have kind of an origin story of sorts. Like they were not Mario was not familiar with the Mushroom Kingdom as he's like looking around, you know?
Yeah.
Looked like a new place to him. And I mean just Bowser was very epic and intimidating.
His fire breath seems to have gotten a power increase from the last time I'd seen it in a game, and especially
Yep.
Smash Bros, where it has like a 3 foot range.
Yeah, and with all that as well, like gosh, I was say that he just looks terrifying. Like actually intimidating. But they did a really great job of making it comedic, as what I was trying to say. There's like funny elements to it. You have like the penguins charging in and they throw snowballs that don't do anything. And then
Oh, don't sell
just
them short. They take out a single Koopa with a
with a catapult.
catapult
Yeah.
throwing a snowball.
That's true. But yeah, can I just say I am so extremely excited for this movie. This trailer I think has completely dashed all doubt I had, and I just want it to come out now. I'm just ready for this movie to be out because
Yeah,
it
I'm pumped.
wasn't it supposed to come out this year originally, and then
Yeah,
it
I
kind of
think
get
in
pushed back.
December was the
Yeah,
plan.
like man, what a bummer. Now we have to wait till April of next year. But it's gonna be really good. I think.
That
I
and
think
that and Tears of the Kingdom making us wait for next year.
big month. Big month. Be a fun one to be a podcaster. So yeah, that's the Mario Bros movie. Uh, any closing thoughts on it? Or how are you feeling about it? You feel hyped for it?
Oh yeah, I'm pumped. I think it's going to be good. At
Yeah.
the very least, it'll look really good.
Yep. I am very confident because Miyamoto's man in the ship there. So, next news item. You want to take this one?
Yeah, the Pokemon Company is sending out a survey asking what people want to see in the future. So they had like a list of potential like game options, I guess. So they asked if people wanted a new game similar to Pokemon Go, a new type of Pokemon adventure set in an open world, a new entry in an existing spin-off, for example, Pokemon Snap, Mystery Dungeon, and whatnot, or a new adventure in a traditional Pokemon linear style, remake of a traditional game, or something else. Oh, wait, something else, or I'm not interested.
Yeah, but I'm not interested. Of these options, what would you have picked?
Not a remake.
Okay, that's one you wouldn't pick. But what would you pick?
I don't know.
I think I'd be
I feel like I
torn
definitely
between.
want something a little more open world, or some sort of spin-off, maybe Pokemon Snap. I have played a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game and really enjoyed that. So maybe if they come out with a new one, I'd pick that up.
Yeah, I'd like Puzzle League to come back. I want a spin-offs. I want more spin-off stuff. I think they do a great job with their spin-off games. Basically, every Pokemon spin-off game I've played, I've enjoyed. Um, that isn't a mobile game, to
This is
clarify.
Pokemon Rumble. What's this?
I remember Pokemon
Was
Rumble
that
actually wasn't
their
bad. It was like
mobile?
you play as the little toys. But yeah, I'm not a fan of like mobile anything. That
Hmm.
so
Switch
I
is relatively mobile. Just saying.
the Switch is relatively mobile. Yeah, I meant mobile like phone games.
Hmm.
Um,
What do you have against phones?
gosh, I hate talking to people. It's the worst.
And it taints your gaming experience because you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I also use this to talk to people.
What if I get a
Gross.
text message? It covers up my screen. That doesn't happen on the Switch. Get out of here.
Those low battery warnings.
Yeah, yeah, boo. No, I just have never really gotten into mobile games. I don't feel like they have the same kind of experience. They are geared for and targeting a more passive gameplay experience most of the time, or just a
Yeah.
really addictive, repetitive experience. uh, and a lot of them kind of have predatory
The
monetization
monetization,
practice.
yeah, for sure.
That's
Not all phone
unfortunately
games are bad, but they're more
bad than good. Yeah,
well, they're at
yeah.
least I feel like there are at least more bad mobile games compared to like PC gaming or console gaming.
Why? Yeah, but wait, how did we get there from here? What I'm saying is, I don't want that for Pokemon. What I want is a new Pokemon adventure set in an open world, or a new entry in an existing spin-off series, or even a new spin-off series. It doesn't have to be an existing one. Like, let's do something totally new and different.
First
Uh,
person shooter, Pokemon style.
do you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be Pokemon Warriors.
That could be incredible though, not gonna lie.
Pikachu destroying like hordes of
Like
Weedle.
yeah, like I don't know what you'd be destroying,
Oh
but
man.
I feel like yeah, that could be pretty interesting. Yeah, I want a Pokemon game where I am the Pokemon and I can do my moves
Poke
and
Park,
hurt
man.
things.
Poke Park on the Wii. It's a thing. There were two of them.
I
You
feel
played.
like someone this has been mentioned through the podcast to me before, and I have forgotten.
It might have been me. Played a little bit of it. Thought it was decent.
Yeah, does look
Um,
pretty good. Yeah, I want something like this.
how about what about like XCOM, Pokemon XCOM?
I mean, that's kind of what the mystery dungeon is.
No, it is not. Mystery Dungeon is not like that.
Kind of. It's grid turn based.
No, it's not. It's like it's an action. That's like an action. It is not turn based.
Oh, it's sneakily turn based. At least the one I played. They make it appear like it's not turn based, but things only like
Move when
the
you move.
what app? Yeah, when you move,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. No, I don't
So
have.
I mean, it's not like straight up turn based, but it essentially is. It's just plays in a way that doesn't really feel turn based so much.
Okay. I guess that's fair, but it doesn't feel. It's not the same as like an XCOM. I'd say it's
It's similar-ish,
yeah. No, what I'm talking is just straight up Mario and Rabbids. It like Pokemon, but it's like top down RPG strategy game. That'd be
so
fun.
kind of similar to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Just saying.
Yeah, it could be the next
But
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. If that was like the
the
next,
next, yeah, the next level of Pokemon Mystery
yeah.
Dungeon,
What I
I'd
was
be all
really
there for that.
thinking, what I was really thinking in my head is I want Divinity Original Sin 2, but with Pokemon. That's what I was really thinking. But we'll get back to this. There's a question later that will make this dream a reality. Um, yeah. So cool that they're putting that feedback out there. Hopefully, they take it to heart and make that stuff.
Or they just ignore it.
But speaking of Pokemon, we've got a couple of Pokemon newsies, a couple few Pokemon newsies. Why am I saying it like that? I don't know. But we got a brand new 14-minute trailer showcasing Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. And yeah, not a whole lot of new info in that, but
Just mostly some more information about terrestrializing your
yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, then they did confirm multiplayer online raids. They showcased a little bit more what you would be doing fighting against Team Star. In their like what was it called? The Battle Road or something like that.
Yeah, their fortress place.
Yeah, and there you will be utilizing a feature that we've talked about previously on the show called Let's Go, and you send your Pokemon to battle, and they do it automatically without you, and you can run around and you can. It looks like you can send multiple Pokemon out to do that at once,
Yeah, it
which
looked like they had like at least two at some point.
that's pretty impressive. I'm pretty excited about what that could mean. It might mean that we cut a lot of battles down, and like leveling up just becomes like an
Yeah.
auto, like send guys out.
Yeah, so
Which
it's good, especially against when you're going through like lower level areas where you're just
Yep.
like, oh, it's starting up now. I can one shot this Pokemon, then I gotta wait for them to faint. Just a lot of the hassle.
Yeah,
That
yeah, and it makes the game less of a grind and more about adventuring and looking around. So if it's done well, this could be very cool,
yeah,
very fun experience. Uh, yeah, it's looking like it's not taking as much inspiration from Legends Arceus as I had kind of hoped and thought it would, but
yeah. The
it
Pokemon in
is.
the wild don't seem to be doing much as you walk up to them and
Yeah,
start the fights.
yeah. But I mean, they weren't doing much in Arceus either. They were just walking around.
Well, sometimes they'd attack you.
Yeah, true. Like, I'm just very excited to see where the series continues to go from here. Like, we haven't seen really a ton of this game yet, so we don't know. But this is seeming like a huge step forward for the series, and it's just like every year we get half a step closer to the dream game from our childhood that we all wanted, that like perfected open world Pokemon game. So yeah, any other thoughts from the terrestrialized trailer?
Well, I mean, besides that, they also showed off Farigiraf, which is
Oh
a pretty
yeah,
fun Pokemon name to say.
yeah, a new evolution for Girafarig. Get
They just like
Farigiraf,
take the name, split it, and then swap sides to go from Girafarig to Farigiraf.
which is kind of what happens to
The
the
Pokemon.
Girafarig in the actual game. Like its tail becomes its head when it
Yeah.
evolves. I kind of like its look. I like how it looks.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm still waiting for my evolution of Shuckle and Dunsparce, though.
Maybe you'll get them. Like Girafarig an old Pokemon. Getting an evolution for the first time here. I do like when they do that in a new gen. You get potentially new Pokemon to an existing line of Pokemon. It's very
As long as
cool.
they don't make it lame. They're usually pretty good about that, I'd say.
Yeah. Uh, so yeah, that's really all I got to talk about with this one. It was a long trailer, but I feel like it didn't show a ton. Other than we know now that like there are different modes, or like they had already mentioned that there's the treasure hunt, which is like one of the main storylines, and then another storyline that is called Victory Road, and it's where you actually go and battle the gyms. And then I'm not sure if the like battling Team Star was the third. It wasn't like super clear on that, but
Yeah, because I think they mentioned there were 4 in the trailer that they showed off.
oh, okay,
And then you have to, yeah, I don't remember what they all were.
yeah. Well, that's that. But the next news item is also Pokemon ish.
Yeah. Yeah, the next Splatfest theme has been revealed, and it will be celebrating the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, asking which partner Pokemon would you choose, grass type, fire type, or water type?
Yeah,
I'm not sure
that,
if that's specifically for Pokemon like Scarlet
or if it's
and Violet, or if it's
just in
just in
general.
general. I'm kind of
Yeah,
taking it as in general.
yeah. Some I've seen people go both ways with it because there's a lot of love for Team Fuecoco, um, and and the like. So I'm
I mean, I've heard on the back of the Splatoon T-shirts, it does have like the silhouette from the 3 new starters.
yeah. They made it like vague. I think on purpose. They're like, hey, look at
Yeah,
me. What are
you
you
can
gonna
take it how you
pick?
want.
Yeah. What team are you gonna go with then, Micah? Team
I
Fire?
mean, I mostly lean towards Team Grass.
Oh, I
Team Fire
forgot
might
for
actually be my least picked starter type.
well, I gotta go Team Fire. That's like the one I pick every generation. um, but and in this game specifically, I'm picking Team Fire.
Yeah,
Fuecoco
Coco
definitely looks,
is the best for
yeah,
sure.
is my favorite.
He's got that great Totodile energy, which I love.
Yeah. Uh, oh, Micah, I forgot to even talk about this. It's showing in the trailer right now on the side here. Uh, Camping and sandwiches.
Oh yeah,
I
oh the
forgot to talk
picnics.
about that. Yeah, picnics. You can set up a camp and they can play with toys and
Yeah, and you can make a fancy 3D sandwich. It was
it's like
weird.
it's really a high
And
graphical quality sandwich for some reason.
you can wash your Pokemon. It kind of just feels like some kind of random like mobile gaming thrown into it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's like
Those just seem like
Nintendogs.
things you do on, yeah, like some
I mean,
kind of mobile game.
this is just straight up Nintendogs inside Pokemon. Like, yeah, with the equally bizarre, like, oh, look at how cool these 3D graphics are on this dog toy. Uh, but then outside of this little mini game, it's not. Nothing looks like that. But man, now I'm hungry for a sandwich. So yeah, let us know what y'all are gonna pick for the Splatfest, and see you out there. Team Firestarter or Team Fire type. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Don't be a fire starter.
Don't be a
That's
fire starter.
dangerous.
No, a starter Pokemon. That's what I meant. Oh man. Um. Well, I don't have any way to transition
Speaking of
from
that's
that.
what you meant.
Speaking of whatever I just said, we've got Pilot Wings coming to the Switch October 13th with probably the best trailer ever done for a NSO game.
I mean, easily. There's no question. If you haven't seen the trailer, I highly recommend it.
This guy's voice, like, have you ever wanted? And Have you ever wanted a jetpack? Rocket boots. It's like, or like I don't even remember what he says. Or like you want to shoot missiles at a giant robot while cruising through the sky.
That's
That's
oddly
on the
specific.
yeah. It's so good. It's so good. Oh man. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped for that just based off of
I mean, that trailer has increased my desire to play it by 500%.
yeah, and
Easy.
they're bonkers. Like what? Why? So I'm excited. I'm excited for that game. Yeah, that's all I got to say about Pilot Wings. Play it. Coming here in just a week or so, less than a week.
Yup. Speaking of less than a week.
Speaking of oddly specific.
That needs to be our new catchphrase.
It's like it's the same vibes as that trailer we watched for the guy's like wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So good.
We just are big fans of like creepy whispering for some reason.
So be creepy if you let it be creepy. But get ready for 2 special events from Nintendo Live 2022. There's the hashtag Animal Crossing New Horizons
I think I
DJ.
include the hashtag.
I just felt like it. I usually don't. DJ KK Paradise Mix and the hashtag Splatoon 3 Deep Cut Concerts live streaming on October 8th through the 9th, depending on your time zone.
Yeah, these are happening at like super late at night. But I think I'm gonna tune in and watch. Like I'm pretty hyped about these actually. I love Nintendo music, and I would love to go see these concerts in person. But they are in Japan, so you do that. Why don't they do things like this? Like this right here is stage projection. This could be a show that they tour. And listen, I just recently went to a Coco Melon concert with my kids, and that must have made a crap ton of money because those tickets weren't cheap, man. Those and like I would be willing to pay as much or more, for sure more, for a actual KK Slider concert or a Splatoon concert. It's gonna be so good. Big Man in concert.
Oh yeah, that would be
man.
so good. Also, kind of random question about Deep Cut. How do you feel about when they do like the dangling 3? I don't know why something about that is just unsettling to me.
I don't know.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
Something about it just feels wrong. But other than that, I think Deep Cut is pretty cool.
I'm not bothered by it.
Maybe I'm the only one. I'm probably the only one.
Well, don't worry, Micah, because we have another news item, so we can just move right past this weird moment that we just had. No, just kidding. But there is a news item. Nintendo has launched Nintendo Pictures they have a website, Nintendo Pictures website in Japan. This is the new face for the studio that Nintendo purchased a few months back, Dynamo Pictures. And according to research done by the one and only Monkey Thunder, it looks like this is more for trailers and promotional material than for like actual TV shows and movie like stuff. It's nothing like that. So sad day there, but but in our next segment, I got something to share. So let's jump over into that right now. We're gonna go check out the Rumor Pikmin, our little Rumor Pikmin buddies that we send each and every week out to find stuff, and they bring it back to the Rumor Mill. Okay. This is not an actual rumor that is being started anywhere. I'm starting it here and now. Thank you, Rumor Pigman, for giving us this rumor. And it is not what Micah has here in the notes that Plock is just okay.
I don't think I put that in the
But you
notes.
can't spell Plock without okay. That's for sure.
I feel like you're making my point for me here.
um, what if the reason the Mario renders look so realistic is because it's going to cross over with the real world? And hear me out here. Mario's render, like Mario as a character and the characters in the movie, their render quality is at a level that they could slap it into a real world scene with real world characters and people. Now, this is an animated movie. I do not think that is going to happen in this movie, but it could happen in the Super Smash Bros. Movie. So all I'm saying here is
Is
like
the
they
real
could be
worlds in the
they
Super Smash Bros.
they
Universe? I
could
guess like
be
all of them are kind of.
they could be gearing up for, well, no, I don't think that we're going to see the real world, but we could see human actresses mixed with animated Mario that is Chris Pratt. or whoever they want to cast for that in future movies. Cuz like if you look at the details of the animated models in the trailer, like they are very well done. They're extremely well done. So they look like characters that you could slap into like a Sonic movie type situation, you know? Like Sonic has kind of a cartoony look to him, which is way better than the horrifying thing they started with, right? And it works in the movies. And I think you could do that with this Bowser and this Mario way more than you could with Bowser or Mario in game. What do you think, Micah?
I mean, I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh. But could it happen?
Technically, it could.
Well, thanks for dashing all my hopes and dreams right off the bat.
I think if there's going to be any real people, it will be just straight up Chris Pratt at the beginning of this movie, and then he'll essentially fall down a toilet and pop out in the Mushroom Kingdom looking like Mario.
Oh man, I really hope they don't do that. I really hope they don't do that. It's like, oh, as soon as he got into this world, he turns into this like cartoony character looking creature.
Yeah, he suddenly gets real short and his head gets huge.
Yeah. Do you think they'll put in like if he gets a mushroom, he gets big? They got to do that,
I hope
right?
so. I mean, I want to see some Fire Flower as well.
Yeah, how that'll work, who knows? It's just gonna be a good movie, man. I'm so excited. I just want it to come out now, man. It looks like, and look at how far along the animation looks in the trailer, man. It looks so good. It looks so close.
Yeah, they mentioned they're like working on lighting and something else.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are in the teaser trailer. Those are probably some of the first scenes they worked on,
Yeah.
adding in those finishing touches.
I mean, it also seems like it's the beginning of the movie.
Potentially, maybe it's the very end of the movie.
In the very end, Bowser wins. The
Yeah,
end.
the very end. Bowser gets the star, and then it cuts. And it's like Mario will return.
Yeah. Please don't do that. Please don't do that, Miyamoto. Don't do it to us. So
And then
yeah,
it instantly afterwards plays a trailer for the new game that continues the story. Mario Odyssey style game.
yeah, that would be sick. All right, well, that's all I had for the rumor mill. It was just this rumor I am making up for the rumor mill. Feel free to spread it around. Let's get it trending. Let's plant the seed in Miyamoto's head to get this live action Super Smash Bros. Movie underway.
So you're saying
And
you'd want like Captain Falcon? Would he be played by a real person?
Yes. Oh, 100%. Why would you animate Captain Falcon?
I don't know, because other people would be animated. I feel like it'd just be kind of weird.
No, not if they're this good of renders. I'm very excited for this movie, man. Like, look at the Avengers. All right, most of it's CG. Even the human actors now are just replaced with CG models in the
Yeah,
fight scenes and
but
stuff.
they're still made to look straight up like real people.
Yeah, but
Mario's a little funky
Sonic wasn't.
compared to real people.
Sonic wasn't. They just did a Chip and Dale movie,
Yeah, but
and
Mario's too close to a real person, I feel like. And then if you have real actors next to
I
that, something about that just feels
no,
off.
I feel like it's just going to be another like New Donk City situation. We'll be
Yeah,
like,
and that was
oh, this is
weird.
this, yeah, but it works. It works. Just like the movie, right? So far has worked for me in the snippets they've shown. I'm like, this is going to work. Anywho, let's uh
We need
let's jump
someone
over
to
to
edit
the.
in real people into the background of that trailer so we can get the full effect of how it would look.
Oh man, thumbnail for this episode, maybe. I can do that. All right, let's jump over to the next segment of our show, Micah, to the community submitted questions and topics over in the community corner. Okay, we got a bunch of questions. You want to start us off here with the first ones from the magnificent king of chat rule, aka Presto the Magnificent.
Still has magnificent in the name.
Yeah,
First question: what was the best game that came out in 1993?
Plock.
False. Plock didn't even come out in 1993. It's fake.
Look it up, you fool.
Nope.
You
Yeah.
Google
Nope.
it.
It's not real. Plock isn't a real game.
Plock isn't a real game. Got him. Yep, Plock.
Terrible.
Plock's my answer.
What a
I
what a
do not care what you
garbage
say.
answer.
I don't care.
You could have said Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Plock.
Absolutely not.
Welcome
And then a
to
giant
Jurassic
flea
Plock. Yeah, it's just
with the
big.
banner falling behind it.
Oh man, so good.
No, but yeah, Jurassic Park, which is a game I actually have played. And I had to look it up to make sure it was the one I was thinking of. But I still remember there's a part where you're like on boats. You get on these little boats and you travel down kind of this river, and a big old T-Rex busts in from the background. Tries to eat you as you go by.
Nice. Sounds like Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
You just got Chris Pratt on the brain, man.
No, it's just easily the best game. And I looked through all these games so good.
You looked through them all so good.
Honorable
looked
mention. I
through
just gotta
all
say
these
honorable
games.
mention to NHL '94, which I have not played.
Yeah, we gotta give it. We gotta give.
Oh my goodness,
NHL
Aladdin.
94.
Also honorable mention to Aladdin. I somehow missed that while looking through this list.
Oh, Aladdin's got to be up above Jurassic Park, right? No,
Theoretically, but
theoretically.
at the same time, this reawakened the lost memories I had, so I'm feeling
True.
mighty nostalgic still.
True.
I'd totally forgotten I'd played a Jurassic Park game until I saw this, and I was like, wait a second. So
There you go. That's our answer. Now we're in the 90s. That's our territory, man. We know our games there.
Do we?
Block 93. Yeah, we do. Oh man. Okay, so next question. If you lost all your gaming memories except one, which memory would bring you back to the gaming? Bring you back to gaming / recover your lost memories. Probably. I don't know. Like this is a weird question. Like I don't really have like specific single memories of games. But if like I lost all my memory and had to like remember one thing, and that would bring me back to everything, I'd be able to piece everything else together. It would probably either be The Star Road in Super Mario World, like finding that and playing through that, or finally figuring out that a fish is what opens Jabu Jabu's mouth to let you in to that dungeon in Ocarina of Time. There you go. Those are like two prominent memories I have of gaming.
Yeah, my answer isn't necessarily so much of a specific memory, but kind of just the memory of high school time, Smash Brothers Brawl. It's a great time to be alive.
Yeah, man. Was a great time.
Put a
We had so
lot
many
of time
memories.
into that game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, seriously. More than we put into our education, which I think
Oh,
speaks for itself.
easily.
Oh, man. Great question, though. All right. Last question from Presto.
If you could create a fusion between two games on the Switch, what games would you combine and what would the storyline be?
Divinity Original Sin 2 and Paper Mario The Origami King. This is my dream game. I've talked about it before on the podcast. It's been a long time since I talked about it, but I think that the next game in the Paper Mario series, I want to be a ARPG in the style of Divinity Original Sin 2, which has an extensive like magic system, a 4-party member where you like move them around in the overworld. You're walking around very similar to a Paper Mario game, but then you can engage in battles with almost any character, any enemy on the map, and it turns into a turn-based fighting game where you have like certain distance you can walk. Um, it's not on a grid. It's like in a 3D space, but it is top down. So I guess like top down, like you can move, similar to like what it looks like Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope
Yeah.
is doing. Very very similar to that, but I want it at the scale and complexity of Divinity Original Sin 2.
Plus, I feel like sneaking could be really cool in that game because instead of like crouching and whatnot, you just turn to be facing the person, so they see your thin side.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
that,
There could
and you
be
wouldn't be able to use that against multiple people at the same time though, because they'd see you at different angles and whatnot.
there would be a lot of cool things you could do with a game like a more serious Mario RPG game. And when I say more serious, I mean just like mechanically, it's not designed for a young audience. It's designed for the older crowd, you know? Which I think Mario RPG fans would be pumped to get something like that. Mario and Luigi fans would be pumped to see something like that. Yeah, and what would I want the story to be? I don't know exactly, other than I want the 4 party members at least. So in Divinity, you could do like your own custom characters, and then there was what, 6
A
or
handful.
7 um, scripted characters. Like
I think of like
those were
five off the top of my head, but I'm probably forgetting one.
yeah, those were the characters you could pick and be. Uh, and they like, so if you did the custom character, there was like a custom character story of sorts, but then those other characters had unique stories and backstories and whatnot. I would want that sort of setup where you can have party members that you switch in and out, like old Paper Mario, where you could have a partner following you, but instead of a partner, it's a party of 4, and you can or however many they want to have. I think 4 beyond 4 it gets a little bit hard to manage, but
Yeah.
I want at least 4 of those to be Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi.
Nah. Wario and Waluigi would have to be baddos in this
No,
game.
like stop. You're profiling and stereotyping them into villains.
I'm not profiling and stereotyping. I'm using reasonable judgment based off of every game they're in. They're baddos.
That's not true. Wario was a playable character and a good guy in Mario 64 on the DS.
On the DS, that doesn't even count. It's like a remake pseudo non-canon game.
Oh my gosh, you can't tell me. You cannot tell me that. You
It's
cannot say
true.
that.
It's
So
true
I just
though.
think it would be really fun to have like that be the introduction to Waluigi being in a mainline game and Wario being in a game with Mario and Luigi again. Like it's just that just would be such a fun like 4-party team, and each of them has like a different thing they're good with. You know, Wario's a heavy,
Wario's good at
Waluigi's
stealing
yeah,
and
Waluigi can
punching
be
people
the
in the
like
face.
Waluigi can be the thief class. Wario's like the
He'd be a tank, I
yeah,
feel.
what were the dwarf.
Oh,
The
dwarf,
dwarf.
yeah.
Um Luigi can be I don't know what Luigi would be.
He'd be some kind of ranger or something because he'd want to stay
Yeah,
as far away from the action as he
you're
could.
right. And then Mario would just be like your basic sword guy, you know? Like it all writes itself. It's pretty quick to like make this into thing, and then you could have other playable party character type things like Toad could be Captain Toad could be a character. Um, yeah, I would just want them to go crazy with it. I would want it to be similar to the first Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door with its character and world design. So like the different areas you go to have like super unique characters. It's not all toads, you know? That'd be fun. What do you got for this one? What games would you combine?
Well, I would probably combine Breath of the Wild and Metroid Dread
It's good
to
picks.
what I hope that Metroid Prime 4 is like.
Nice.
A more open world of Metroid experience.
I don't know how that would work. An
Well,
open
you'd
world
blow
Metroid.
up the planet at some point.
I guess it'd probably be like the new Halo game, right? Like that's just open world
Is it?
esque.
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah, it's open world, but you also have like missions and areas you go through that are a little bit more linear. Could work. It could work. It'd be really fun. It would be super fun. I kind of think they're going to go more linear, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'll be fairly linear, be my guess. I mean, it's still like exploring and stuff, but to get to new places, I think you'll have to unlock
Yeah,
your suit, essentially, like pretty much every Metroid game. But you never know.
true that. Next question comes from Daisy Rose, who asks, "What do you think about the AI which put Tom Holland as Link for Legend of Zelda?" What do you think? Tom Holland as Link.
I think Tom could play a pretty good Link. He's
I
got
don't.
that kind of young look to him.
Nah, I don't think Tom Holland looks like Link. And you know,
You don't think
I
Tom Holland looks like Link?
no, no.
Well, who would you say looks like Link?
Uh, the actor I suggested.
Yeah, they look very similar to me. That guy and Tom Holland?
Yeah, Brody Sangster. His name
I gotta look it up, Brady. Yeah,
Thomas
him and Tom
Brody.
Holland are fairly similar looking to me.
What? Tom Holland. Let me look up this Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah, we'll look this up now.
Let me look up this Tom Holland
They're
guy.
practically the same person.
I
In
don't know
fact,
about that.
maybe they are the same person.
But now that I'm looking at this picture of Tom Holland, I can see it. I just feel like he doesn't have the right like jawline for it. He has a bit of a like more chiseled chin.
Hmm. Well, I think you're wrong. I think Nobody really knows what Link looks like, and he's kind of a different person every game, and he's looked kind of different in some of them. So I think essentially anyone could look like Link.
Yeah. But I don't know how I feel about Tom Holland being Link. It's like, I mean, it's a thing they could do, reunite Chris Pratt and Tom Holland in a Smash Bros. Movie. Because didn't they both play the main characters in that one Pixar movie, Onward?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was like, are you just talking about from like Marvel, Spider-Man,
No,
and Star-Lord
also,
or
yeah,
something?
also they were in that together. Oh no, I don't know how
But
I
I
feel
mean,
about.
he
I,
wouldn't
I'm
even like, he practically wouldn't even have any dialogue.
listen, I'm just not crazy about actors and actresses
Hmm.
that become these like dominant, like, oh, they're in everything, because
So
it's
you don't
just
like
nice to get some.
actors that are good at what they're doing?
No, I just it's nice to get some variety, and some of these names just are names. Like I feel like that's what Chris Pratt is. It's like, oh yeah,
Well, yeah,
he's a
Chris
famous
Pratt
name.
is a name. I mean,
Thank you,
I'm
Micah.
a little confused with what you're trying to get at here.
I'm trying to get at it. He's in everything. Like, put someone else in.
What
Let's
was the last movie he was in?
Jurassic World.
That came out like forever ago. Also, isn't like Jurassic Domination or something like that?
Yeah, it was whatever the new Jurassic
I
World
don't
movie was
actually.
called.
Dominion?
He had like Netflix movie he did or something like that.
Oh, that was like forever ago,
I
probably.
mean, you can only be in so many movies.
Hey, tell that to Samuel L. Jackson.
It's true. I mean, he's not playing a major role in any of those movies.
I
Okay.
gotta look it up. At least 153.
Wow. What do you think of Samuel L. Jackson as Link?
Yeah, it could work. I mean, I
Uh,
just feel like Tom Holland kind of has that young look to him, even though he's not
the
actually that
boyish
young
look.
anymore. Yeah, that I
Yeah.
think is pretty fitting for Link.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it. I could see it.
You
But I don't
just
know if
wouldn't
I'm.
like to see it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd like it. Yeah. It's a good question, though. Thank you, Daisy Rose. Next question. Oh, as Micah begins to take a drink. It was your turn to read the question. My turn. What are your favorite Nintendo characters?
I was real thirsty and my mouth was dry. Timing was unrelated, but easily two of the best Nintendo characters are Luigi and Yoshi. Yoshi a little above Luigi, but also Samus Aran, another great Nintendo character.
Favorite Nintendo characters? I
Isaac
mean,
from Golden Sun. I'm counting it.
yeah, yeah, I count it. You- the first thing that comes to mind for me always is Waluigi. I'm a big Waluigi fan. Micah gives me grief for this for some reason. I don't know why what your disdain for Waluigi is. Do you know we advertise the show as pro Waluigi? Apparently, I need
I
to
know
take that
you
off.
advertise that.
Yeah, it's like in the description of the of the podcast. Like, because you were not anti Waluigi until I became more vocally pro Waluigi.
A little
It's
bit. It's kind of
almost
true. I
like
mean, say
it's
Waluigi's
almost
not
like it's
bad,
just to be contradictory.
but you like Waluigi a little too much, and you're looking past all of his wrongdoings. And you, when you talk about
What
Waluigi,
wrong
he's
doing?
like the
You,
epitome of
yeah.
goodness. He's
No,
like
I
an
don't. I
angel
don't treat
fallen to
him.
earth, essentially.
No, but you treat him like he's a criminal
He is
when
a
there's.
criminal.
When has he ever done criminal activity?
In every game he's in that isn't
That
like
is
a
not true.
sports game.
It's not true. In a sports game. Yeah. Okay. Most of the time, he doesn't. He has no story. He's just a playable character in the
A
party game.
playable villain.
Yeah, you treat him like a villain. It's that DDR, man. It's Mario mixed
Exactly.
DDR.
That's where it
Scarred you
all
forever.
started.
Other characters I'll pick. I am a big fan of Link from The
I
Legend of
mean,
Zelda.
all of the main IP characters are essentially fantastic.
Um, yeah,
I'm
those
like
are the ones that
forgetting
like.
who all the Nintendo characters are now.
Should we count Pokemon?
Meh. There's too many of them to count them.
Okay. And we've talked about our favorite Pokemon before.
I mean, Toad's pretty good. I like Ganondorf.
I'm also a fan of Wario.
I'm even less of a fan of Wario than I am of Waluigi. Oh,
Um,
Ness. Ness, pretty much 100% from Smash Bros. Just his nod. Okay.
oh man,
Taunt is so good.
if we're going off Smash Bros, then I'm gonna say I'm a huge fan of Wii Fit Trainer and Mies, of course. How about Matt? Matt the Me is one of my favorite
A
characters.
specific me.
That specific me. Pit from Kid Icarus, also very fun. And Ike via Smash Bros, of course. Yeah.
Oh, Fox
I also
McCloud.
wanted to say I was a big fan of Ganondorf. That was another name that came to mind. I like Ganondorf.
Especially
So, yeah.
Wind Waker Ganondorf. And you
Uh,
can't forget Dry Bones and Shy Guy.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Shy Guy. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with Waluigi, Link as my top two. Just like their character slot.
Waluigi above Link.
Like equal.
Bold.
It is bold. Thanks so
I
much for the
think I
question.
potentially have to put Yoshi at my very top.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
Next
So,
question. This one's
Purple
your
Riolu.
turn. Yeah.
Speaking of next questions, Purple Riolu asks, if you were an Animal Crossing villager slash character, who would you be? And I mean, there's instantly one name that came to mind when I heard this question, and that was Marty.
Marty, who's that?
Obviously, he's essentially me.
Yes, I love it. You reenacted it perfectly too, Marty. I'm like scrolling down the list.
Just wait until I get started.
Oh, you little squirrel character.
Kind of like
Is he
some
a
kind
bear?
of bear or something.
Okay, he's a bear. He's got a little
It just
acorn
says
hat.
cub.
Okay, he's okay.
That's usually
Okay.
a bear, right? And he doesn't
And
like to wear pants. Apparently. Does like anyone? Do like any of these villagers actually wear pants?
I don't think any villagers wear pants. No. I do not have a good answer for this question.
There isn't one that's just like, wow, that's me.
That's me.
Out of the 300 plus villagers they have.
I'm sure there is, but I haven't met the one that's just me. You know, I have villagers that
Oh, what about Raymond? This picture looks just like you.
I'm looking.
You know, you can do Control F, search names.
Raymond. Yeah. Oh yeah. Raymond's a cool looking character, but his personality does not fit mine at all. He's like the smug.
You don't think you're smug?
No, I don't.
Wow.
I think
Sounds
I'd
like
probably
something a smug person would say.
I would probably go with like what are the food ones? I really relate with those guys.
They have food people? People that are into food? Or people that are actually food?
Oh, I guess they're just considered lazy.
Yeah, to
Jeremiah.
find Marty, I just looked through all the lazy people.
Jeremiah, I do not like I am not a jock character.
Maybe Peppy.
Peppy.
Oh, what about Mary? Merry, with the quote of "A smile increases your face value."
Yeah, I also probably am pretty. I find the Peppy characters somewhat relatable as well. annoying and a little sad that I find them relatable, but that I do. I'm like if I
So
could
you
combine
just
the
can't be peppy
personalities,
all the time,
yeah,
like
if I
they
could
are.
combine the personalities of the lazy and peppy, then you would have me. Like I think get very excited about certain things. Nintendo, I'm a very peppy person when it comes to Nintendo stuff. But then like, I'm a pretty lazy guy. I'd rather not do a lot of cooking or uh cleaning or I don't know what I
That's why I don't like to cook. I like good food, but I don't like the effort of
eating's
making
great.
the good food and then cleaning up after the good food and also paying for the good food.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna say, oh yeah, I really relate with the ones that eat. Like Jeremiah was in my town. Jeremiah is like always talking about food and about snacks he's eating, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's great." So he's like in between. He's not like the lazy villager that doesn't want to do anything, but he's not the crazy peppy that you get with some of the other villagers. So there you go, Jeremiah. Maybe that's what I'll pick. Good question. Next question. We got a series of questions, pretty intense ones from Mr. Bear. Uh, our buddy Nick from Barely a Gaming
Oh,
Podcast. Everybody
can I
should check out
change
that
mine
show.
to Jeremiah as well?
Sure. Yeah, let's both be
The
Jeremiah.
the quote being "sleep before you leap." I relate to that pretty good. I like that.
All right. Well, we are Jeremiah. Um. So yeah,
With a bit of
you
Marty.
you completely ruined my plug for Barely a Gaming Podcast. One of the greatest gaming podcasts on the internet. They're more general. We just do
They
Nintendo
also
here.
have bears in the episode, so that's pretty exciting.
It is pretty exciting. So
Real live bears.
Mr. Bear asks, "Have you already played your favorite video game?" I wait. Maybe this is supposed to be worded have you already answered these? Uh,
Oh, I just assumed, have we ever done these in our life yet, or if
did we
we
just say
think our
yes?
best game will be in the future, is how
Oh,
I kind of took it.
I think the best game will be in the future.
Yep, my thoughts exactly.
If I have to pick one now, it's Breath of the Wild, and there's a sequel coming to that next year, which I am anticipating is going to be better. I think it's going to be that and more, hopefully. Uh, okay, so that answers that question. What would you say your favorite game you've played so far?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Metroid Prime?
Who knows? Who knows?
You're not going to pick your
Not
favorite.
me.
Okay.
There are just too many good games that, I mean, at the time they were the best game, but not anymore, essentially.
Yeah.
Games just keep getting better and better for the most part.
Have you already watched your favorite movie / TV show? I don't know if you want to group those together or list them separate.
I'll group them together.
Okay, I'm going to say yes. I have watched my favorite movie already. I don't think it will be topped.
Adventure Time.
That's not a movie.
It
Or do they have
kind
movie?
of is. They have like movie length episode sequences.
Yeah. No, favorite movie is The Princess Bride, and I don't think it is possible to top it. And a close second is probably the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
I was gonna mention, Lord of the Rings trilogy is up there.
I don't think that it's possible to beat it. It won't ever happen again because it was at the absolute peak of practical effects before everything went digital. But then was starting to integrate the digital in a way that worked. So like there is quite a bit of CG in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but it's combined with that practical and the storytelling. It was all filmed back to back to back with like a unified vision. I just don't think you're ever going to get a volume of works like that ever again. Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll say no here, but there's some high bars we'll have to top. I mean, Adventure Time has already finished. Hard to beat that, obviously.
Hmm.
And then I was also going to mention Lord of the Rings trilogy. That's been really
Stole your
good.
thunder. You can do this next one first. Have you ever already eaten the best meal of your life?
Yes.
I'm surprised you answered yes to this one. What is it? What's the best meal you've ever had, man?
Well, I don't know specifically what it is, but I mean, I feel like the older I get, I'm starting to think food just isn't quite as good as it used to be.
What on earth? Really?
I
That's
just,
insane.
there's meals that I'm like, oh man, these meals are so good, and then I eat them, and I'm just like, sometimes these just aren't quite as good as I
That's-
remembered them being.
I feel like that is actually scientifically like backed. Like you have less taste buds the older you get, but I don't know.
Yeah. So that's
Don't
kind of
quote
my
me on that.
reasoning for that, because I just feel like it's like food just maybe isn't quite as good as it used to be. Not to say I
Yeah,
don't love food,
I was gonna say no to this one, just because I feel like there's so much food I have yet to try,
but are
and
you going to try it?
yeah, I'm always trying new things. When I go places, when I go to visit places, when I go out to eat, I try and get something different almost every time. Mikey, you are not that kind of person. You will get the same thing on the menu every single time you go to a place.
Yep, for the
Um,
most part.
yeah, for me, I
Because
want to
I
try
have
new
the things
things.
I like from each restaurant,
Yeah,
and branching off is always a mistake.
yeah. I mean,
I mean,
it's
sometimes
high
there are a few
risk.
things depending on what I like to eat, but
Yeah, high risk, high reward lifestyle that I live in eating out, uh, and always trying to try different things. But that high reward is what I'm looking for. That best meal of my life, where I'm going to eat it and be like, this is the best meal of my life. But I think maybe because I have this attitude, I'll never have that meal because I'll always think there could be something better.
you'll be eating it. It could be the most perfect meal in the world, but you'll be thinking, there's something better than this somewhere.
There has to be. Yeah.
You just gotta be like me when you're
What a
eating a
deep,
McChicken. I have reached perfection. This is the best meal I will ever eat
what a
without mayo.
deep philosophical debacle that I am in. I'll never be satisfied with my food. No, I'll always be satisfied with it. But will I ever reach the maximum? I don't know. Have you already had your favorite pet?
Yep, I've had some good pets.
Yeah. Yes. For me as well. Favorite pet? Who's your favorite pet?
Well, I'm not gonna say what my favorite pet is. That's be rude to all my incredible pets I've had.
Oh, my favorite pets. I got two. Two
Are they
tied.
like the only pets you've had?
It's Midna the cat and Wesley the dog. My favorite pets I've had. No, I had a lot of pets my whole life. I had a lizard named Rocky.
Oh, those don't count.
Why doesn't that count? What? A lizard doesn't
those
count?
are half pets.
That was
They're
more.
not the same tier of pets as a cat or a dog
This is
or a goat
that's
or a chicken
blasphemous.
even.
Yeah, no. Lizard's a pet. There's a lot of care you have to give to
Technic
those little
yeah,
guys.
it's like yeah, no.
Is a bearded
It's a
dragon
secondhand pet.
a bearded dragon? He's a big boy. He's a big guy.
Yeah, my niece has a three-legged bearded dragon.
Well, that's pretty crazy.
They got it extra cheap because it was
But
missing a leg.
we had dogs growing up. We had cats, but none of them have been my favorite.
When have you had dogs or cats? Like
Um,
before high school? I don't remember you having dogs or cats after that. When I met you.
I think in early high school I probably would have. My grandparents always had the Chihuahua, and we had
Did
a
I ever see that
Pomeranian.
dog?
We had a Pomeranian, and they had puppies together. So there were like a whole bunch of Pomeranian Chihuahuas.
I have absolutely no knowledge of this.
Probably the worst combo of breed that you could have. It's like, hey, let's make the most obnoxious dog
Shut your
possible.
dirty mouth.
Listen, Chihuahuas.
One of my favorite pets was a 3/4 Pomeranian, 1/4 Chihuahua. So
Yeah,
I'll fight
typically
you.
typically a yappy breed. Very yappy, but they could also be wonderful pets.
But
Great
let's be
great
honest,
dogs.
Chihuahuas are kind of the worst.
Yeah, yeah. I am much more a fan of big dog. Big dogs, like I don't want a huge dog. My family with Great Danes, those dogs are too big. They
Oh,
are
those are huge,
horses.
and sometimes they think they're lap dogs.
Yeah.
Still,
Oh, my dog
I,
thinks he's a lap dog, and he's like 60 pounds, man. He's a heavy dog.
yeah, I kind of do like the more medium, small-ish, but not
Hmm.
too small of a dog. Because
Yeah,
then it
I
feels
like
like you're
a
going to
medium.
kill them or something, petting them.
Well, there you go. That's the answer to that one. Last one. Have you already had your favorite memory?
Nope.
I've had some pretty good
It
memories,
just
man.
sounds depressing to say yes to this question. It's
Like
all
wrestling.
downhill from here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this one accurately. But I've got some pretty good memories, Getting married, having kids, the release of Breath of the Wild. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, how many things is he going to list off that I haven't done yet?
Throwing up. I had to throw up some goofy answer.
I thought you were throwing up. I was like, well, throwing up? Why is that on your best memories?
Best
Although I guess
memory.
I do. I should give a little more information about the favorite pet. I have had a great dog and a couple great cats, just to clarify that. But now back to the favorite memory.
Is the favorite pet Wesley? Is one of them? Wesley the
Oh yeah,
cat.
Wesley, Spice, and Pepper.
Wesley, can I put Wesley as the cat as one of
Oh
my
yeah,
favorite pets?
Wesley
It
the cat.
wasn't actually my cat, but best cat.
Wesley, an incredible cat.
Yeah, yeah. Midna's all like at par with Wesley for me. It's a good cat. Her only downfall is that she sneezes a lot,
Oh yeah.
but she doesn't actually sneeze as much anymore. Now we've switched up her food. She does a lot better with that, and also she's like 5 times smaller than Wesley was. Wesley was a chunk, man.
What?
Early on, he was a skinny cat, but
You didn't get that chunk. He
he
got a
got
little
spoiled.
chunk, but
Oh,
not that much.
I I left for an extended period of time, and then came back. I left skinny cat and came back to Garfield, man.
Okay, he wasn't even close to Garfield.
Yeah, that's not true. He was a big boy when I came back, but he was still a good
Oh,
boy.
muscle. Even working out.
It's all muscle. Oh man. Yep. Good cat. Good cat. Other than he always was trying to bail, man. He was always trying to run out of the house, which was kind of lame. But yeah. Favorite memory. So do you have anything you want to list for this that could be a contender?
Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, we did talk about Smash
Can't
Brothers
think of
earlier.
anything. I mean, those, yeah,
We
those are pretty good. I don't know if
we've
I'd
got
say
our
like best
like
memory ever though.
yeah, I was gonna say we've got our like friendship memories that I wouldn't put up there with best memory ever, but up there in top.
First of all, rude.
like 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 our sledding adventure,
Oh, that was a good
uh
one.
driving oh man, like driving to and from Lake House,
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, yeah, yeah.
Just the song.
And then just all the gaming. All the gaming. We have like so many good memories of gaming with our buddies. Just good time in that high school era. um so that's the last one. All the questions. Have you already had these things? And it's interesting that both of us kind of lean more towards no on all of these, with the exception of for you food and for me movie. and then for both of us, pets.
Yeah.
But then the rest is like, no, I haven't had my. It's only going to get better from here. What does that say
That's
about the
the
state of
hope.
Hollywood that just do not believe that movies can get better than they've already been? that's that's kind of crazy. Or if I'm just old, I can't get with the times with the hip new cool movies. I mean, they're not as good.
Yeah. Well, I'm just
They don't make them like
assuming
they used to.
by the time I'm at the end of my life, we'll have perfected immortality. So I'll have infinity to find a movie better than The Lord of the Rings
Oh,
and Phineas and Ferb enter the fourth dimension.
that was a good movie. That is a good movie. Alrighty. Well, last question from Monkey Thunder. This one's you. You can ask. You
I
can
was
ask this
bringing
one.
up my history.
Oh,
He asked, "What's your history with Pokemon starters?"
what
And
is your history?
I gotta find where I commented my history so I can actually remember what I'm talking about. What's your history? Yours will be real quick.
Yeah, mine's easy. I have picked fire starters every generation. Uh, and that includes Charmander, Cyndaquil, Torchic, Chimchar, Tepig. That other one. What is
Farron
that
or
one called?
something weird?
Farron. I actually didn't play X and Y, so
Farron?
I
Farron?
can
Farron?
I can
Hmm.
just cross that one off my list.
Yeah, I
Litten
don't have any for that.
and Score Bunny. And then I also did a playthrough with Mudkip because I like Mudkip a lot. Mudkip is my favorite water Pokemon.
Of all time?
Mm-hmm.
Even better than Magikarp?
Yep.
It's really hard to think of water Pokemon when you're trying to.
Yeah. Magikarp and Gyarados are a pretty cool combo, but Mudkip. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, my history is I don't think I've ever actually played the original Pokemon that wasn't someone else's copy that already had Pokemon. But I kind of choose Charmander out of that one. And then next up I Pokemon Crystal I played with all three. Totodile, Cyndaquil, and Chikorita. But I gotta pick Totodile as my favorite. Then I went with I should have looked up their names first because I can't remember. Trico, Turtwig, Snivy, skipped whatever generation that was X and Y, I think you said.
We both skipped X and Y.
Yep. I know
Maybe
this
they need to remake that one.
I know this Pokemon's name, but I'm drawing a blank. It's literally the Pokemon I
Rowlet?
chose.
Rowlet.
Rowlet, yeah. I chose them in Arceus, so it hasn't
Yeah.
even been that long. And then I gotta go with Sobble, just for the first evolution before it evolves. It just is the best looking.
But it does evolve into have finger guns.
Yeah, it's kind of a weirdo looking Pokemon when it's fully evolved, but
Yeah, all of them are except for Score Bunny. I think they look kind of bonkers. Cyndaquil is the best boy, the best Pokemon. My favorite
Cyndaquil's
Pokemon.
pretty good, but I kind of feel like he's best before he evolves. They just essentially get bigger and angrier looking.
Yeah, I like Cyndaquil more than I like Typhlosion, which is kind of opposite of other starters. I like Charizard more than Charmander. Um, Torchic I think is pretty cool. Blaziken's very cool. I like Blaziken's design a lot.
Blaziken's a weirdo. He's like a chicken that fights. I don't know.
Kickboxing chicken specifically. He got like little hands and like huge kickboxing legs.
I like Turtwig's. I mean, the first three have great evolutions. And I think Turtwig has a really great evolution.
Yeah, Chimchar just gets bigger. He's like, I'm bigger monkey now.
Yeah, I like Oshawott. That Pokemon has good evolution. Rowlet, I think, evolves well.
Oshawott, when you like Samurott, the like four-legged
Heck yeah.
weird thing, that is the weirdest evolution change. Like, how does this become this?
Are you insane? It makes perfect sense. It's an evolution of his shell, which he uses as a sword,
Yeah,
into a sword he has on his head.
yeah, but he
But he
goes
does
from
get like
being
a beard and mustache and whatnot, and that is a little weird, but
bipedal to a quadruped.
quadruped?
That's
Yeah,
the
what's
word.
wrong
Yeah.
with that? You're the one that's talking about how you don't like two-legged Pokemon.
When did I say that?
You said that at some point.
I must have.
You've essentially said you don't like humanoid Pokemon.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm not a humanoid Pokemon, but that doesn't mean you can't be
Yeah, humans have two
bipedal.
legs. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
knew
yeah.
this.
You do it, gang up. But bipedal. Yeah, I don't. I think it's weird to go from bipedal to quad, and a lot of them go from quad to
I mean,
bipedal.
Cyndaquil,
I just don't
kind
think
of
they should change.
ish.
I is like, listen, if you're on all fours, you stay on all fours. If you're on two, you stay on two.
You don't go to zero.
Cyndaquil has never been on all fours. What are you talking about?
Yeah, in this picture, standing on two though. But he has four legs that he sometimes walks around on.
No, he doesn't. He walks on just the two, and he has
I,
little hands.
I don't think so.
That is how he walks. What do you? No, no.
What about when he's running? You can't tell me Cyndaquil doesn't go to all four while running.
I, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like Pikachu.
I feel like when he's chilling, he chills and stands. But if he's running, he goes all four for speed.
Which that's like exactly how Pikachu is.
Yeah.
Anywho,
But what
that's
about Raichu? Does Raichu ever run with all four? Probably. I feel like Pikachu and
I don't
Pokemon like
know.
that would just look so weird trying to like sprint on two legs. Their legs are just so
They're
small.
so small. Yeah, yeah. Well, like that about wraps it up. That's the last question. So there we go. And that is where we're going to end the show tonight. We don't have a pal topic this evening, and it's going a little late for us in the recording zone here. So tune back next week, and we will be back at it. It's going to be a somewhat special episode because it will be my birthday ish, close to my birthday. So get ready for
Woo.
an Andros focused episode, which Mike is so looking forward to. We're going to talk about all about
Echo the
Ocarina.
Dolphin.
We're going to be talking all about Ocarina of Time
And how it's
Plock.
not as good as you remember.
No. We're going to be talking all about Ocarina of Time and how great it is, and Plock and
Is
Waluigi
overrated.
and Mies
The criminal.
and the criminal Mies.
I was a little behind. Waluigi, the criminal.
We're going to be talking about all these wonderful things that I like.
And how the people who like Mies are narcissists. It's a fact. Scientific fact.
You are literally calling me a narcissist. Why would you do
Only if you like Mies.
I love Mies.
Well, what's the one step up from narcissist?
Realist.
What?
No, that's the dumbest answer I could have given there. I need some like sound effect in there, like yeah. Anywho, thank you so much to everybody for listening. This has been episode 111 of Nintendo Pals podcast, where we talked about Mario movie and Pokemon and more Pokemon and all sorts of other stuff. This is a fun one.
Then we brought it back around to talk about some more Pokemon.
We did. Are you hyped for that game, man? I'm so hyped for this game.
Nah, I actually don't think I'm going to be picking it up.
Really?
Yep. I got Arceus. I can wait a few years before the next Pokemon game.
Wow. I think you're going to be sad when I am having so much fun without you.
Hey, once they show a trailer with Shuckle, I might change my mind. But until then,
you heard it here, Pokemon Company. You know what to do to sell one more copy. Make sure Shuckle's in a trailer.
and then they just don't even have him in the game. just in the trailer, like added in really bad Photoshop.
Well, Mike, well, Micah, this is actually a fantastic transition because, well, we're gonna do the Patreon Poke Wrap to end out the show. But before we do, just a reminder that you can leave us a 5-star review on your podcast listening app of choice. Apple users, I'm talking to you. Do it. And you can follow us on social media. Links to all that are in the description of the episodes, or in the description of each and every episode. We are on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We have a Discord, and I think that's it. Those are our social platforms we're on. But you can also check us out on all the podcast apps. We're all over. And video version of the podcast can be found on YouTube at the Nintendo Pals podcast channel, which is separate from our main channel where we post gaming content, Nintendo Pals. And that is a super fun channel. We put a lot of work into those videos. So if you're listening to this and you have not checked it out yet, you are missing out. You're doing yourself a disservice by not checking out the Nintendo Pals YouTube channel. And with that, let's close out here with the Patreon Poke Wrap. Here we go.
We gotta wrap some Patreon.
You just do the singing. I'll take care of the hard part.
Let's get it on.
We want to be the best that ever was. And shout out our pals over on Patreon.
LPD, Rizzle, Retro Project Dave, Mute Dog Gamer, Schlim, Tor, Spanish, and Solo Something, Brian, Little Miss 7, and Cosmic.
Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Patreon.
K9 Katina, Third Strongest One, Tim the Nintendo Daddle, and Seth Sturgill, Monkey Thunder, Purple Yoda, Dat Fast John, and Lava Plays too.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah.
Gotta catch 'em all. Patreon. Let's get 150 or more, yeah, please. To be a Patreon donor is your destiny.
Thank you all so much for listening. And you can join the Patreon Poke Wrap by checking out patreon.com/NintendoPals. Peace out.